Hi, friend. Today, I want to talk about something that has really been keeping me grounded lately, and that is using creativity as self care. I'm not talking about becoming a full time artist or launching a creative side hustle. I'm talking about slowing down, making the space to create, and using that process to heal you and take care of yourself. Creativity doesn't have to be perfect, public, or even monetized. It can be private, soft, and messy. It's less about what you make and more about giving yourself the permission and the space to create. And here's the thing, we have to make time for it, not just squeeze it in between errands or with the leftover time we have in our day. We have to prioritize our creative practice because it deserves real serious space in our life. It's not just an afterthought. And when we think about self-care, we usually think about rest. And rest is beautiful, necessary, and you deserve it. But self-care is also about engaging in the present moment. It's about tapping into the very essence of what makes you you. It's about waking up your spirit and being so present in the moment that everything else, all of the stress, the to-do list, all of the noise, everything just fades away. And that for me happens when I create. Because when we create, we aren't just making things. We are reconnecting with the essence of life, to presence, to joy, to that quiet magic that reminds us, hey, I'm here and I'm alive. And there's something sacred about being fully present in creativity, whether it's journaling, doodling, drawing, dancing, or baking. It invites you into that presence. Think about it, when you're focused on layering flavors in a recipe, or finding the perfect shade for a painting, or finding the right word to really communicate the essence of your poem, you're here in the present moment. You're not scrolling, you're not worrying, anxiety isn't taking over. You're fully present in the moment. And in that moment, you're not just surviving the day, you're living it. You are fully participating in your own aliveness. And that's the thing about creativity. It brings you home to yourself. It pulls you into the now. It slows your breathing. It quiets that anxious part of your brain. And that's where healing happens. That's where clarity lives. And in those moments when you're fully present, you are gently reminded that you're enough right now as you are. And I used to think that creativity was something I could only make time for after I finished my to-do list and taking care of all of my other responsibilities. But now I build it into my life because creativity is how I refill my cup. It's how I regulate, reflect, and remember who I am and where I come from. And I encourage you to find this for yourself. So maybe every Sunday you try a new recipe, or on Wednesday nights you throw on some music and collage or doodle. Or maybe every morning before the world gets loud and busy, you take some time to journal and write 1 page or 10. Whatever is on your heart, just write it out. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be some big project. It just has to be yours. And we don't talk enough about how healing hobbies are. And not the hobbies that make you money, because I'm not sure if those are actually hobbies, but the ones that bring you joy and light you up from the inside, like redecorating your space, making earrings or jewelry, rewatching old movies and analyzing the costume design or the script. You are allowed to make time for things that don't have a purpose beyond joy. That joy is the purpose. And we really need to talk about this. Not every hobby has to become a side hustle. Not everything you enjoy needs to be monetized or productive. And listen, I learned that the hard way. I used to make jewelry, and at first it was something that just brought me joy. From the very moment of going into the bead shop and picking out the different beads or the different stones and imagining all the beautiful things I could make, that's when the joy and fun started for me. Then I would get home and turn on some music and really lock in to create something that I had maybe dreamed about earlier in the day. And I got so much fulfillment out of taking a bunch of beads and making them into jewelry that I could wear or give to others. And initially, that's what I did. I would either just wear it myself or give it to family or friends. And then one day I got this idea that I should monetize this and start an Etsy shop. And from the moment that I turned it into a money-making endeavor, it stopped being fun. It became a chore, another thing to manage. And I haven't made jewelry in a while, not because I don't love it, but because the pressure to make it profitable, it kind of killed the joy and took all of the fun out of it for me. And I'm slowly realizing that I want to pick it back up again, but this time, just for me, no deadlines, no Etsy shop, no pressure. Just me, my tools, and the peace that comes from making something with my hands. So if there's something you love doing, painting, writing, decorating, gardening, baking 10-layer cakes just because, please let it just be yours. Let it be your sanctuary, your soft space. Not everything has to be content or a career path. Sometimes joy for joy's sake is the most sacred thing you can give yourself. And you deserve that, because when I'm creating, I'm not worrying about yesterday. I'm not spiraling about the future. I'm just here. And that presence, that's the part that feels like real self-care, like soul care. Like I'm meeting myself where I am and I'm saying, I'm enough. Let's play. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy being here. So if life has been feeling heavy, if you've been feeling disconnected from yourself, I want to invite you to make time, real intentional time, to create something, anything. Make a playlist, try a new twist on an old recipe, start a little creative project that no one has to ever see. Start small, but start making something. Not to be productive, not to be perfect, but to be present. You deserve that. You deserve joy, play, curiosity, and self-expression. You deserve to come back to yourself, and creativity is one of the most beautiful ways I know how. And you are allowed to create without being great. You are allowed to make things no one ever sees. You are allowed to spend time on something that doesn't move the algorithm or add to your resume. Because every time you create, you say to yourself, I'm here, I'm alive, I still believe in beauty. And that is everything. So this week, I hope you create something just for you. I hope you prioritize your creative practice like it matters, because it does. And you're not just making art or baking or journaling. You're remembering what it feels like to be alive. All right, friend, go get into something creative this week. I'll be doing the same, and I will see you in the next video.